Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on Litecoin. We will take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Before I get started, I do want to note from a disclosure perspective that I am long Litecoin, so just keep that in mind as I go through the analysis. Real quick, what do I mean by 4-hour in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 4 hours worth of time. So while this here may look like a couple months worth of time, it's actually just the past couple of weeks broken down into 4-hour time slices. I like through this time frame. I think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this one a little while ago. I can't remember at one point, but whenever I did that, the key level I talked about was the green line right here, and that's denoting the $94 mark. And so far, so good since the last time I did it. The price, hasn't exactly skyrocketed upwards, but at the same time, the price has shown signs of progress. What do I mean by quote unquote signs of progress? And that's the beautiful thing about charts is they allow you to actually quantify and put numbers next to just general statements like that. So yeah, showing signs of progress, is just simply staying up above that the $94 mark. There's been a couple of occasions where, the bears have tried to breast down through it, but that level has held strong. And, I'm not saying this will happen, but just kind of for example's sake, let's say the price were to actually come back down here again, but once again, the price holds and starts to work its way back up. From the big picture point of view, what would you have in that situation? Well, you'd still have a set of lows right here, and you'd look at the last time the price, bottomed out. And if you picture these as stair steps, big picture wise, these would still be stair steps in the upwards direction. So that's why to me 94 is important, because it is showing that, whether or not the price is making progress or if the price is going back to where it was. And not to insult your intelligence, but if a price is breaking down below 94 and continues to the downside and it's going back to where it was, that's not exactly a sign of true strength, right? The other way that you can look at this, and that I'm going to kind of keep an eye on things, is in regard to the trend line here, which really does a good job of just illustrating how the bulls have kind of quietly been making their way upwards. So over time, you can see on several occasions the price has pulled back, sure, but the price does continue to put in these higher lows. Now, this is definitely just the ideal level of support. So I mean, if the price breaks below that orange line, I am not saying everything's totally ruined for the reasons we already discussed about 94. So by no means, like I said, is the trend line here do or die or anything like that. But yeah, as far as preferable, and hey Clay, what would make this chart look the best? If the price can stay up above that orange line, that would definitely be a huge sign of power going forward. As far as levels of resistance are concerned, key level to keep an eye on, I'm going to say right up there at about the 102 mark. So 102, public enemy number one. But in my opinion, top priority right now is not necessarily breaking levels of resistance. It's all about going through healthy consolidations and building higher bases, because as long as higher bases are built over time, everything else will take care of itself, including breaking levels of resistance. So focus on building higher lows and then just sit back and let the chart and trend do its thing. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.